clip. It's about 30 seconds.
Now, doubt Usyk's injury, Frank? No, because I haven't seen the video. What sort of dancing is it?
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, show me. Was it Ukrainian dance? Well, I mean, it looks like he's suffering from a back injury there rather than dancing.
Do you think he'd rather not fight Joseph Parker?
Yeah, of course, that's a problem because we were negotiating and working towards that fight taking place, and the fact that we had the negotiations, then the injury, that we wasted months on that, and that's given a little bit of inactivity to Joseph.
Thoughts, Joe, on the Usyk situation, firstly?
The Usyk situation. Obviously, Usyk is the one that we want to fight. He's the best in the world, holds all the belts. Would have been awesome to, unification, undisputed. But he's injured and he's spending time with his family. And, there are videos of him dancing, but he's just having a good time. Having a good time with his family and having a good time on his time off.
Look, it's extremely hard. I said this in the interview to Frank yesterday as well, to question the legitimacy and credibility of someone like Oleksander Usyk. But Frank's just said it there as well, that he believes he'd rather not fight you and look elsewhere, Oleksander Usyk. So, do you go along with that?
No, is it a financial thing? Or is it I don't know, do I present something different? Or, I mean, Usyk's been there, done that with everyone, And I back myself and I believe, like now, physically, mentally, I'm in the best place ever. And even I am very excited to see what I can do in the ring when I'm in the ring next. It's not going to be with Usyk. Obviously, we're fighting someone else now. But I know what I can do in the ring. And I know what I've been working on. So it would have been nice to test against the best.
And those are the words of Frank Warren and Joseph Parker, okay? Because Joseph Parker was actually responding and he was reacting to what Frank Warren said. So first things first, Frank Warren, he was like, yes, looking at him dancing, yeah, I can definitely tell that he had a back injury. He's being sarcastic, saying that no, he didn't look hurt at all, okay? And I will say this in that defense towards that, the dancing of Usyk. I would say that anybody honestly had any doubt if this brought in any question, if you're going to be honest, just honest without just being a bandwagon jumper and all that stuff, that, yeah, it does. I mean, it is an argument. It does make you question. I mean, if you were honestly doubting this back injury, because see, it wasn't specified a back injury first. It was just injuries. It was wear and tear. Then later it was a back injury. You know what I mean? It's almost like, okay, well, you went from wear and tear to back injury. Why didn't you say back injury first? You see what I mean? Like, so it's not illegal to think, man. And look, and I will say this, though, it is almost a crime to question Oleksander Usyk and his integrity. It is. I mean, because like Parker has said, getting to him in a second, but he mentioned, he's been in there with everyone. So I don't think it's because he's afraid of me. And do I think that personally? No, I don't think that. I mean, I don't think that. I just think that the reasoning or what the explanation was flat. It was not concrete. You know what I mean? It wasn't transparent, really. It took too many times from, hey, I got injured, I got injuries, wear and tear, then back injury. It's like, well, wait a minute. Come on. You know what I mean? Unless the wear and tear is due to something that happened in his back, but then specify. That's all I was saying. But do I think Usyk's scared? I don't think Usyk's scared of anyone. Then it would be a damn shame for him to turn around and be scared now or apprehensive against somebody like Parker. You know what I mean? That's the defense. If you were pro Usyk, that's what you could say. Like, hey, he's fought everyone, just like Joseph Parker said. But I look at this as probably a couple notches above the tools that was used against Usyk before he knocked out Danny Dubois. And what was that? That was the low blow. He's a liar. He was faking. It was legal, right? I mean, this is more legitimate than that. But the point is, people, with promoters and teams and, Parker and his team and stuff like that, you use what you got. And this is something that they're using as a tool to get at Oleksander Usyk, against Oleksander Usyk. They're doing it because they can. It's something to speculate. Not saying it's true, not saying that he doesn't have a back injury. It's just the way it was presented, it should have been presented to the forefront first. Then you'll hear people in the comments, he doesn't have to explain anything to you. Well, I mean, it's not me that he has to explain shit to. It's the WBO. They are the ones that were asking questions. Why you want to take time and get pissed off and get in your feelings about what I'm talking about. I'm just only speaking the facts. Okay? So there you go. But moving on to Joseph Parker doesn't believe that one bit. And it makes you understand that some of Parker's reasoning for not being marketable enough for people to fight him, because it could be a financial issue, is because he's too fucking nice. Right? He's too nice. And I mean, the things you love Parker for is some of the things people don't like him for. So it's a yin and a yang. It's bittersweet, because it's like, no, Parker's a good dude. The dude makes videos calling out passively in an artistic, tasteful way of who he wants to fight next. Dillian White or Oleksander Usyk or whoever, right? He calls them out in a way that he's authentic. That's Joseph Parker. He is who he is. He's not a trash talker. It doesn't even look right for Joseph Parker to pretend like that, so he doesn't. I love Joseph Parker. I love him just the way he is, but understand, when you want something, if you want something you never had, sometimes, just sometimes, you got to do something that you never done. But if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get what you always got. That's the unlucky part of that other side of that coin. Because Joseph Parker is not getting what he wants. Neither are people backing him financially to take on Oleksander Usyk. Yes, he deserves it by the sanctioning bodies and the steps and the rules and the regulations that he is the next guy up. But they still are not willing to get behind the idea of a Usyk versus Joseph Parker fight. They're just not. They want him to fight another British fighter. He's not British, he's Australian, you know what I mean? And so he doesn't have that promotional backing like that. He doesn't have that fan base, right? He doesn't have that. He's not an AJ or even a Dubois. If Dubois was Jamaican, do you think he would be marketable enough to go up or to build a fight against Oleksander Usyk? No. He wouldn't, sure the shit wouldn't be in Wembley. Him and AJ probably wouldn't even done that much. They would have came to see AJ, but not him combined. See, Danny Dubois would have helped him, what saved him is his nationality. He's British. Joseph Parker, unfortunately, is not. And he's a nice guy. He doesn't talk trash. He doesn't make you hate him or hate to love him. You know what I mean? Or whatever. He's not that dude. So he's kind of him. And him being him is not marketable enough to hate. So people would push and push through the lines to go and feel the seats and put their asses on the seats to watch him fail. No. So he's kind of stuck in the middle. You know what I mean? He has enough talent to bang it out with anyone. But at the same time, marketable wise, market wise, promo wise, He's not what they want. They want the Jarrell Miller. They want somebody that's going to shove you and mush you in the face when he sees you. They want someone like that. They want someone that's going to be exciting, that's going to sell an idea of all the things that he's going to do, even if it's not true. Bars. That's not Joseph Parker. But you guys tell me what you think of Frank Warren and Joseph Parker and Oleksander Usyk's back injury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!